afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday, June 27th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. Imagine that our life mission here is to be happy and free. What if our main job in this life, was to become so ridiculously happy that we contagiously made everyone else feel good by just hanging around us? If this was our purpose in this life, how would we start our day? What would we begin thinking about the moment we were awake? What would be the most important thing we started doing that made us feel lighter, more free, and alive with life? When we choose an approach to this life that is brimming with reverence for ourselves and gratitude for this life, we'll notice some wonderful side benefits arise. We magically start manifesting all sorts of abundant opportunities. Experiences and people. We become a powerful manifesting magnet because everyone wants to know the secret practices that we are doing before breakfast. When we're in perpetual appreciation, we will see, let's just say, by choosing to be authentically grateful for anything in our lives, we will become absorbed by the deeper, permanent river of perpetual happiness. This is an enlightened state, and it is not about covering up, repressing, avoiding, or fixing any contracted emotions like sadness, frustration, guilt, desperation, and fear. They will always be there for us, waiting on that lower bandwidth, that lower frequency, when our lives need a deeper dimension of compassion and emotional depth. When they arrive, it's essential that we learn to appreciate them as well and welcome them in. Everlasting, real happiness is a process of integrating the darkness of our minds with the lightness of our spiritual essence. From this whole space, we can see and feel happiness is our natural state because we are so relaxed about everything. Whatever arises, we are constantly welcoming the experience, allowing the negativity to merge with the positivity, and discovering real inner peace inside. It is a choice that we can make no matter what our current circumstances are like. In each moment of our day, no matter what is occurring in our outer world, we can welcome the darkness into the lightness and look for the real, deep, eternal love that is hidden in deep disguise. In every moment, we always have the option to appreciate something about ourselves, the world, or something, or someone else. We can train our brains to see the glass as half empty or half full. Whatever we have or don't have in this life does not have to determine our current state of happiness. We can simply choose to relax and stop demanding that life be something other than what it already is, and be at peace with what is for no reason at all, just because we are still alive and have the opportunity to love. This is enough. Be a dynamo of irrepressible joy. Be happy, Babaji. Happiness comes from opening ourselves to life and choosing to take the risk to grow and expand. Instead of contracting and remaining small, it involves getting in touch with the energy inside our bodies that is flowing. The heart is still beating, the blood's still pumping, the breath's still inhaling and exhaling. Take a moment to experience this now. The longer we can enjoy it, the more we will create a highly conscious and alive state. Just by breathing, we can feel so alive and realize we are living inside a very amazing manifesting vehicle that has the natural born power to attract and manifest anything that we desire. Now, this is something to get really happy about. It is proven that our thoughts create our reality. If we can choose to think only about what we want and never think about what we don't want, we will manifest everything our hearts ever dreamed of since childhood. Manifesting our dream life all boils down to where we are placing our attention in each moment. What are we focusing on? Notice the first thought you start to think about in the morning, the very moment you realize you're awake. Is the choice maker alive inside you to choose any thought you wish? I highly suggest that you practice noticing what you are focusing on for these first 3 minutes. That you are awake every morning this week. Notice it. Notice what you are focusing on when you realize that you're awake for the first 3 minutes. Just see for yourself where the mind tends to go and see if you can bring the mind to appreciate yourself as you are. Notice the deep love inside you. The sweet being who is worthy of receiving an abundance of love, cuddles, and gratitude from the community around you. Act happy, feel happy, be happy without a reason in the world. Then you can love and do what you will. Dan Millman. If you're having trouble finding even a glimmer of joy inside of you, then regress back in time to the greatest experience of happiness you can remember having in your life. Replay those past moments in your imagination. Feel that that time in your life was like as if it was happening to you right now. This is the great happiness secret. Perhaps when we were all children, we were simply running outside in the warm summer grass or playing in the sandbox with the sun shining on our backs. Imagine you're feeling the healing warmth of that sun and feel the soft sand between your toes. Whatever happy memories you can find, let yourself bathe in these joyful times that are forever a part of you. Every child has at least one happy memory. Thankful for each of these smiling memories and the good feelings to replay and enjoy. The more you can summon and feel into these happy memories, the more they'll ignite the blazing fire of joy hibernating inside each and every single one of us. Practice daily, and soon you will find your most authentic, liberating expression is pouring out into everyone, everywhere you go. Feeling happy simply creates more happiness. Not thinking happy, feeling happy. Once you're continuously vibrating at this level, the universe will reward you with even more satisfying experiences and people that build into even happier feelings and experiences. Dance when you're broken open. Dance if you've torn the bandage off. Dance in the middle of the fighting. Dance in your blood. Dance when you're perfectly free. Rumi. To find your life mission, start with recognizing that you are a spiritual being living in a material world. A spiritual being living in a material world. Your job is to realize this truth every day, all day long. Notice how you are the observer of your thoughts. So you cannot be your thoughts. You are the consciousness that is beyond this physical dimension of this life. Find the source of your consciousness, and you will be free from all levels of unhappiness forever. Find the source of your consciousness, and you will be free from all levels of unhappiness forever. Unhappy experiences manifest because the ego is running the show. It is constantly demanding to be satisfied and avoiding being unsatisfied. This game is all about the ego's needs in each moment, where it's secretly attempting to be in control and not trusting in the soul and spiritual being that you are. You don't have to participate in the dramatic game any more as the ego will never be satisfied enough. The only thing that truly satisfies is knowing the spiritual truth of who you truly are. You are a spiritual being. You are not that body. An infinite soul who is much bigger than any thought. You are going to exist even after this body and mind are dead and gone to dust. Who you are is vast, limitless consciousness itself. Vast, limitless consciousness itself. By simply choosing to see that you are the witness behind all thoughts, you discover that you are already free from them. Then you never demand that life or your mind has to be a certain way in order for you to be happy. You don't have to improve yourself, become a better person, or figure out any problems in your life to be happier. You can simply stop the mind, realize the truth of who and what you already are. This is enough. Once you remain aware that you are the very source of awareness itself, and that your soul will never die, begin living the most amazing life you could possibly live. As you practice each day, stepping into a greater spiritual experience of realizing the infinite soul you truly are, you stop playing the fear-based game of life and death. As you practice each day, stepping into a greater spiritual experience of realizing the infinite soul you truly are, the pure consciousness, then you stop playing that fear-based game of life and death. You realize that you have an infinite number of lifetimes to get it right and discover the joy of being alive. Once you understand that this is why you are here on this earth, you let go of the old, unsatisfying game and discover a much more advanced game, the exploration of how true, everlasting happiness follows you wherever you go. Life is a mystery to be lived, not a problem to be solved. Life is a mystery to be lived, not a problem to be solved. Would you like to know the greatest secret to remaining in perpetual state of happiness? Okay, this is the big one, so ground yourselves. The secret is learning how to trust yourself and the universe so deeply, so completely, that you can relax fully and remain completely present to the now moment. That's it. That's the primer. It is to trust yourself and the universe so deeply that you can relax fully and remain completely present to this now moment. No matter what activity you are engaged in, simply surrender to it. Perhaps you're doing dishes. Then you'd feel the warm water running over your hands and enjoy the experience of cleaning the plates. The more present each of us are, we can be in whatever action we're doing. The more we are absorbed by the now moment, which is where all the gold is found. If you can remain only in the now, you will discover all the greatest secrets mankind is searching for around this world. Living each day in the present moment, each of us will find out how easy it is to manifest anything we want in our lives. Things simply come to us easily, effortlessly, and even instantly in this physical world. Manifesting is much easier than you have imagined, especially when you are in the now and feeling full of radiant joy. All of us will realize that happiness is our natural state of being, and it is always available in each new moment. That's the way it is. That's how it's structured. The natural state of being. Most of us are not in a natural state of being. We're in an unnatural state of being. Those who follow the way should behave like a piece of timber just drifting along a string. If the log is neither held by the banks nor seized by men, not obstructed by the gods, nor kept in the whirlpool, nor itself goes to decay, I assure you that this log will finally reach the ocean. If monks walking on the way are neither tempted by the passions nor led astray by some evil influence, but steadily pursue their course for nirvana, I assure you that these monks will finally attain enlightenment. Rely not on your own will. Your own will is not trustworthy. Guard yourselves against sensualism, for it surely leads to the path of evil. Your own will becomes trustworthy only when you have attained arhatship, oneness. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I am sure that we all are. And the first thing we care to do is relax our bodies, head to toe, inside and out. All the stuff. Anxiety, stresses, fears, worries, envy, hurry, want, lack of. Remember, you're not the body. You're the master of the body. You respect the body. You greatly in deep gratitude for the body. But you are not the body. So when you see the body, you see it where it's congested with all of this, all these attachments, all this heaviness, you let it go. It's almost like you are a block of, you're a magnet, the body. And you turn it on, it's an electromagnet. As soon as you turn it on, everything sticks to it. Can't pull it off either. That magnet is so strong. You can't pull off all these things. But when you discover that you can release all of the attraction and turn the magnet off, then you will know that you, the God, are the master of the body. The pure consciousness is the master of the body. It's no different than the basket, hot air balloon, with all of the ballast, all the weight in the bottom of the basket. You're not going to go anywhere if you're afraid to remove that weight. You will stay exactly as you are. You will not move into the higher frequencies. You will stay grounded in the heaviness of the lower frequencies. It is to determine for yourselves to dump that ballast as that balloon soars ever so high. And when you've done this, and it is a choice, it's not something that can be done for you. It's something that you decide to do for you, by you. And then the body goes into a total relaxation, total quiet. There's no thinking, and there's no ego mind. That's when you know that you're in the now. And the now is all we have. We don't have a past. The past is gone. We have memories, but we don't have a past. It is dead. We don't have a future. We have the now. And by going into the now, we still the ego mind. We still the subconscious mind. These are, and understand, tens of millions of thoughts constantly floating by us, of which aren't ours. And this is how we become seduced into these thoughts, programmed thoughts that take us off into other directions from our self-discovery, always to interrupt the self-discovery. It's always interrupting the self-discovery. If you are not knowledgeable enough, your self-discovery will be interrupted all the time, every single time. So, the now is the space between heartbeats. It's everything that we do in the moment. Everything we do in the moment. Pick your nose, your ear, scratch your head. It doesn't matter. Everything we do in the moment is our only focus. We are not focused on 10 years from now. We are not focused on 10 minutes from now. We are not focused on a year ago. We are only focused on the now. This takes practice, but the more you practice it, you may have to do it 500 times a day to remind yourself to be in the now. Some of us, for some reason, we just don't understand, so we go into the past, and we stay in the past, and we bring the past into the future that doesn't exist. We create the past from the future from that past, and then we relive that past and that future. This is why the people that do that, they're always wondering why it seems so familiar that they keep ending up in the same place. Others of us will go into a future that doesn't exist because the ego mind keeps pushing us. More. Why don't I have this? When am I going to get this? When am I going to meet this person? When am I going to be able to do this? When am I going to be able to do that? And all along, everything is accomplished in the now. The future is built from the now. Past is dead. There's no going into it from the now. So how do you stay in the now? How do we stay in the now? Because we've got tens of millions of thoughts, all of us. None of us are exempt from it. And they float by. And we just grab on them and we just kind of float off. And so when that happens, gently and kindly to yourself, okay, so I am wandering off from the now, so I will focus on my breath, my divine positive energy. And our breath is divine positive energy. Soul comes into the body, powers the body up, everything comes online, the lungs start functioning, and we have breath. Supports the God within the body, the breath. It calms the body, relaxes the body, focuses, strengthens, motivates. So every single time that you float out of the now, focus on your breath. And every time you focus on your breath, 3,000% of the time you'll be in the now. That's a good thing to know, isn't it? It's a good thing to know. And as you practice this, you'll find it to be absolutely truthful. I'm not saying it's easy, staying in the now, for any of us. Because we're so used to being in that encapsulated matrix. Programmed thoughts telling us how to live, be, and do. And this is why we are becoming more knowledgeable of how not to follow the ego mind. So you look at your body, right? The body that you're housed in. And in this body, we have these energy vortexes. They're etheric, spiritual, so they're not physical in our material world. And these energy vortexes are all different colors. They're all different shapes. And you, who you really are, in pure consciousness, the God, flows through these chakras. And we just look at the ones that go, because some perspectives say there's more, there's less, but you look at from the root, your bottom tip of your spine, all the way up to the top of your head. You, the pure consciousness, the God, flows through those. That's what generates the multicolored auras that we all have. And so the God force, love, light, energy flows through these like a perpetual fountain of pure, deep, eternal love and gratitude. And so it flows through, all the way through to the top of the head, and then it just kind of rains down and goes back to the tail, the root, and then back up again. This is pure, absolute, divine perfection energy. Omnipotently powerful. Nothing is more powerful. So, but when you go through them, as the God, they can block you. And because the God flows through every part of the body, every single spark of the body, every single organ, every tissue, all the emotions, everything, it flows through. And these energy vortexes allow the God to do that, because as the God's energy goes through, it branches out throughout the body. It focuses on certain areas of the body and emotionalities. So you look at the root chakra, and you're the God, and you're flowing through the root chakra. And the root chakra deals with our survival. So if you're consumed with fear, the God is blocked. The same with the sacral chakra, the orange wheel of light. This deals with our pleasure, our sexuality, our happiness, our joy, our bliss. But the God force, love, light, energy is blocked by guilt. Then the yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra, that deals with our willpower. And the God is blocked by shame. And then we go to the emerald green wheel of light, heart chakra, our ability to love. And the God is blocked by grief. And the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, which deals with our truth, the God is blocked by lies. And then we go to the indigo wheel of light, third eye chakra, deals with our insight, intuition. And the God is blocked by illusion. Then we go to the crown chakra. This is direct connection to the God. And the God is blocked by ego attachment. So all your emotions, all your organs, everything in that body as the God Force love light energy flows through these chakras and expands out to every part of the body, it can be blocked. And when it's blocked, things happen in that part of the body. It's a fact. So that's why it's so imperative to understand what these are. And understand that you, not being the body, flows through them. So we come to the top of the head, crown chakra. Compress and condense. You're God, you're one, you're love. And in that short period of time, compress and condense into omnipotently powerful liquid energy, and then we pour ourselves as the gods over the pineal gland. The pineal gland is really important to us while we're in physical form. It's overlooked a lot. It's not really focused on a lot. But it is deeply important. It connects us to all the particles of existence. It also connects us to a total awareness of who and what we are. And not the body. Not the name, not the character, not the personality. But the God within. So when we do this, when we literally, the gods that we are, drench the pineal gland, you can see it however you see it and visualize it in your heart, mind's motion picture. I see it as a green ball, a rosebud. And as soon as me, the God, drenches the pineal, the rosebud transforms into a massively fully bloomed rose with multicolored petals that is sending off the most wonderful fragrance and vast amounts of the highest, of the deepest eternal love, of the highest of the deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of the deepest eternal peace. And it floods us, it soaks us, it saturates us. And when you feel this, it seems almost as if it's coming from outside, but it isn't. It's coming from you, the God. That is a reflection memory to remind you that you are the God in that body, that you are not the body. And this is endless. It's just this pouring and saturating and flooding and soaking us is endless. It never ends. Does it end once we discover who and what we are? No, it doesn't end. That's part of the nirvana. The highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies of pure bliss. Nirvana. Now we know that these bodies are not us. We know that. And all of the heart mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind, the pure consciousness, the God, the higher self, the spirit, the soul, they're all one. And the soul in the body is the heaven. And the body's the earth. So every time we take a step, those of us who are consciously aware, awake to a certain extent, are creating paradise every step. And we're also flooding our light from the God Force love light energy of who and what we are everywhere, 360 degrees, saturating all life on this planet, in it, above it, below it, nonstop, eternally, with the highest and the highest high of deep, eternal love. To this planet, we transform into higher frequencies of intent, becomes a God planet, a God paradise planet. No conflict, no prejudice, no dis-ease, no hatred, no anger, no envy, no stress, no fear, no anxiety. Pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude. Now, we're all parts of each other. Some of the parts of us are asleep. Others are awake. We reach out to the parts of us that are awake, that are consciously aware. How about all of the galactics, off-worlders, and celestials? Those who do respond, are the ones that are awake. They are aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Now, we're only familiar with a small amount of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. And the ones that we are somewhat familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Felines, Zeta Reticuli, Nords, the Greys, Reptilian, the Draco, the Golden Pyramid, the Albion, and many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Through our own intent, not theirs. And in massive numbers, they are with us now consciously. All the light energy beings, all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, on and above and below this planet, everywhere. Yet only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, for this circle of light, complete liberation of this planet. They're in the trillions. And the ones on this planet are in massive numbers. And the ones that we know somewhat about are the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. And because of all the shapes, colors, sizes, forms, and configurations with the eyes that we have with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is on this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya. And they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, that guards up beneath her, all these civilizations, yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. In this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet. And in the billions, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime, and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light, complete liberation of this planet of Gaia Arya in this now. And in the billions, they are with us now consciously. We are all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify. And it continues to expand. We all immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the core of our existence within these bodies of the God force, love, light, energy. It is pure, deep, eternal love. And it is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1,000 trillion suns even to come close to its radiance and its power. As we ascend above the planet, we're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter everywhere. And we notice that there's so many, you just can't count them, of multicolored lights flashing and reflecting all of us gathered in this meditation. And we notice that the point of the reflection, we enter. It's a little microscopic edge mirror. As soon as we go into it, we discover that all of us are either teaching or learning from each other. So we're either a teacher or a student, or a student and teacher, or all combinations. And we always will be teaching and learning from each other and ourselves. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This column of light we created to mind us all that we are the power of healing. We were then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued 24/7 with a white fire armor. Not a knight's armor, much more than that. This armor emanates from the God source within each and every one of us, the pure consciousness. Pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. Massively powerful. nothing can harm. No demon possesses, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Nothing. Any little frequencies that come close to us would vaporize. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, and hatred, anger, fear, greed, anxiety, stress, it goes on and on and on. You will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we created. We can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower vibrational frequencies, all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Neutralize them, send them to pure consciousness, where they are no more. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that we created. It reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies once were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor and restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest high, of the deepest, purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We continue to ascend. Some of us step outside our physical form, if we're carrying physical form, and float effortlessly above it. And why do we do that? Because we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system. And in the center of it, in the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. We created this sphere. And surrounded, in the center of it is a golden white ball of light, and it's surrounded by multicolored rings of light. And the whole sphere is sending out massive waves of beaming energy, of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace, saturating, flooding, soaking us all, head to toe, inside and out, non-stop. And the golden white ball of light, pure, deep, eternal love. Then comes pure, deep, eternal gratitude, pure, deep, eternal happiness, peace, well-being, great abundance, great prosperity, great wealth, joy, bliss, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, and benevolence. And it is a reflection of all of us and the gods we are. At the top, we design this so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing right now, flooding, saturating, soaking all of us, head to toe, inside and out. This is of the highest high, of the purest pure, of the deepest eternal love. And it's flooding all of us, non-stop. We are drops in this golden ocean. We hold the essence of this golden ocean. The drops are the golden ocean are the drops. And the only illusion is separation. That's it. continue to ascend above this planet, we come in full contact with our meditative sphere, set center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It holds nearly 1,500 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds of millions of us, on and off world, every day, with the highest of the highest high, intense, and pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. That is why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. And you see through your heart, mind's motion pictures as it all pulses out, as it continually just, it doesn't hit you, it blends in with you. It is a reflection of the gods that all of us are. A reflection of who and what we are. Life is a mystery to be lived, not a problem to be solved. I'll join you in a meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Too drunk for riding a roller coaster when one turned to the other and said, "We may be making good time, but I've got a feeling we're on the wrong bus." Everyone is on the wrong bus. Unconsciousness is the wrong bus. And wherever we are makes no difference. And whatsoever we do makes no difference. In our unconsciousness, whatsoever we do is going to be wrong. Wrong is that which is done in unconsciousness. Right is that which is done consciously. This is peace, to conquer love of self and lust of life, to tear deep-rooted passion from the breast, to still the inward strife for love, to clasp eternal beauty close for glory, to be Lord of self for pleasure, to live beyond the gods for countless wealth, to lay up lasting treasure of perfect service rendered, duties done in charity, soft speech, and stainless days. These wretches' riches shall not fade away in life, nor any death dispraise. This is peace, to conquer love of self and lust of life. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. And we'll return here Monday, June 28th, 2021, to continue our global guided meditation call.